What's going on? We are on a morning flight from Warsaw to Paris. Let's see. Oh man. Okay. Oh, it's doing the most. Air France 1247. Let's see. Departure time is 6:05. Flight's supposed to be 2 hours and 30 minutes. And let's see. Okay, you're giving me everything than what I want. Alright. And I took care of all of the boarding and loading and all that stuff. We're pulling up to runway 15 here. Let's see, y'all. And I'm gonna hold short 15 just to double check this departure. Alright. Oh, wrong page. Alright, so basically am I at 15? Yeah, I am. Double checking. Okay. Yeah, so 146 at 1500 or higher, make the left turn at WA 401. Okay. Looks good to me. Alright, so I'll give it a little power. Landing lights on, taxi to takeoff. TCAS, TARA. And we'll just do a rolling takeoff. Oh. Push it to 50. Takeoff Manflex, SRS. Alright, 80 knots. The wind is right down the runway, so this is really nice for once. V1, rotate.
AF1247, you are not cleared to take off.
Positive rate. Gear up. Disarm the auto spoilers. See if we can get this landing light off, or the taxi light off, I mean. There we go. Alright, let's nose down a little bit. Climb throttle. Get a climbing right turn. Flaps 1. Hey Nat, how you doing? Alright, as we accelerate. Alright, there we go. Alright, I'll go ahead and put the autopilot on. I'm pretty good. Me and Gamer just ran a couple games of Fortnite, literally 2. And we got a victory on the second one. Flaps up. So we took a break after that. You know how that is. Let's go ahead and take a look at the departure. Alright, so we're spot on. I saw you on earlier. I tried to add you, but you might not have been there or doing something else. I don't know. Alright, transition altitude. Ah, the fun part of being an adult, huh? Let's see. Oh, cleaning. I mean, homeschooling, I guess, could be fun. You gotta liven it up a little bit. But cleaning fun? I don't know. I just don't know about that one. What you mean? Oh, okay. Yeah, you be jamming then. You be jamming. I wish it was that easy for me. I just have to be like in a certain mode and I just go and do it and be done with it. Heck. Let's try that one. Sorry, I'm trying to. Oh, man. Alright, so we're climbing through 15,000 for 36,000. I guess I could turn those bright ass lights off. Alright, so are we out of the no, we're still on the departure. So once we get to Lulsey, then we will commence the route. In the meanwhile, I can pull up the arrival. So we're gonna do the, it was VE Viduge V V V V V. Let's see if I can find it. I always have a problem finding these things for Paris. Vetus 9 Whiskey. Alright, so from Vetus to Vbeck. So are we doing the Vbeck or the Lorne? Alright, so come back here. Arrival into 8 right. Approach. Okay. Oh shoot. Okay, well since I already picked it, I guess. Yeah, it's already in there, so. Huh. Let's see. It's gonna be Lorne. But you know what I need to check out first? Because where's the airport in relation to here? Okay. Here. But this is for 26 left, 26 right arrivals. Interesting. So maybe we need to do Vetus 9 Echo instead, so. Here I go, having a hard time finding it. Okay, here we go. Alright, yeah, so Venus 9 Echo. With the Lorne transition. Alright. So then go approach on initial approach to 8 right. Yeah, so from Lorne, go back down. Let's go back. Alright, so arrival. Interesting, it won't let me choose it. Ah, I see what's going on. So erase. arrival. Right. Whoa, too many clicks. Nine Echo. Insert. Alright, let's go back in after that. 8 right. We could do the Lorne. There. So now I think we're in there. Like swimwear. Alright, we're at 25 or 26 for 36. Let's make sure that I can climb that high today. Says 35. Yeah, we should be fine. 36. Excuse me. As we're climbing, we can go through some checks. Or just monitor certain things to see. Alright. We're at 28. And for now, we can watch some in-flight entertainment. Alright, let's see here. It was a 7.4 gear video that I didn't see. Alright, so in the meantime, we can go over to tacos. Hell no. You know I don't mess with no tacos. Oh, we can go into browser. There we go.
Today is going to be an extremely long day. That's pouring rain. We're at 158 tons of gas.
What's going on, bro? Oh, you had tacos last night? I had pasta last night.
Man, I've got to be crazy flying stuff that big.
I hear that.
In just a couple of minutes, the notification from my airline is going to come through.
From this point, you have 3 hours until the plane is scheduled to take off.
My guess is this total day is going to be a little under 21 hours. But as soon as this alarm goes off, we're going to start the clock and get it going. Then we're going to... Okay, well, in a couple seconds, I guess. I'm just going to start the clock right now to see how long this day is.
Are you playing multiplayer or story mode?
What I do to stay entertained. checklist before I leave a hotel room. That way I don't forget anything that's really important. I have to verify that I have both my chargers for my personal phone, my work phone, my personal iPad, my work iPad, my computer that I do my editing on, my AirPods so I can listen to music and have noise canceling while I'm in flight, my sunglasses, my badge, my passport, it's going to be hard to get in Korea without it, my wallet, my phone. I just checked everything. Let's head down and wait for the crew.
For sure. I mean, I play, but there's just normally nobody to play with, so.
Logging everything, I'm having to move at a much quicker pace to get everything done. I've already written down the paperwork stuff that I normally do before the flight, verify, check the weather. That's all done. Now I'm just waiting down here for the crew. We're going to load up and head out. Grab a van, head over to the plane.
Switch and save $652.
And
There's enough for everyone.
you know, I don't know. I'll have to see. I'll definitely have to see.
Get everything legally signed to fly the plane. Today, we're on a 747-8, typically referred to as a Dash 8. The Dash 8's a little bit different. It's got much bigger engines, new wing style. It is a beautiful aircraft. Now we're at the fun part. I got the crew to go out to the plane a little bit early, so I had time to do my walk-around responsibilities and, well, talk to you.
These planes are so big, but they're my normal now. Where the tires come up to me, I'm 6 feet tall, so it's a massive girl to fly on. And you always gotta watch little things. People ram their head into it, do something stupid like probably making a YouTube video, but those things, that would hurt if you hit your head on that. See these pins right here, right there? Those pins are how we check to make sure that the brake pads aren't worn down too much. Like you see back here, these things right here, those are known as cookie sheets. Cookie sheets are going to go up there, and freight will go on them. We don't have a lot of freight because we're so heavy on fuel. But they're almost done. Obviously, there's some other freight that's going to go probably in the belly area, which is not responsible to check. The fueler up here, obviously got about 167 tons on board. It's going to be a long flight.
It actually took 6 fuel trucks to fill this up to get our plane here up to 167 tons.
Trying to get up and get the rest of my chores done before we fly that again.
I always crouch down to make sure they properly close the door.
Time to go fly.
Right now we're getting tugged around inside the Western U, which is this area right here on the airport. And we're going to be taking off of runway 9. It's time to start the engines, and I need to really be paying attention to doing this pilot thing. We're headed out to Incheon. I'm actually going to take the first rest, which is about 3.5 hours. I got my computer out on these long flights. Typically what I do editing for part of the time. Maybe close my eyes, watch a little movie, hopefully get some rest, but the most of the rest is going to happen on the backside of the flight, and then I'm going to be sitting up there for a little over 7 hours, and then I'll come back here and probably nap the rest of the flight. So let me give you a tour here. I'm going to show you my side of the bunk. I got it all set up for the other pilot. This here is our phone in case you need to get a call. These are all the different seats up here. This is the galley area. We got a couple of different coolers here. There's a little special ice tray in here, which is almost out of ice, which is not good. Here, it's all the water area. This thing will actually kick it out the door and it becomes a slide. All of our medical stuff is up in here. Here we have the different lights, and we can control the temperatures and zones up here. I'm gonna get some editing, and then we'll hop up on the flight deck in a little bit. I'm going to try to do what's known as quarters. Most pilots do halves, but that's going to be, roughly a 7-hour break in the middle. And if you don't get rest during that 7-hour break, it gets really hard the second half of the flight. So I try to do quarters. I'll get 3.5-hour breaks or something like that. That way, if I don't get rest on the first break, then I can have rest for sure on the second break. On a day this long, you're definitely going to need to take a nap. Well, I finished my break. I watched a little bit of Netflix. I did some editing, and then I took a little bit of a nap, woke up. I keep these AirPods in. They have noise canceling. On a long flight like this, there's a lot of external noise which you can hear in the background of the mic. keeping your hearing protected is important. I'm going to be up on the flight decks for the next, I guess, 7+ hours here. Time for me to go to work. I replaced the other FO and spent part of my time with the captain, and then when his first half of the flight was over, I took over as the relief captain of the flight. Most of the time we're up there looking out the window at some of the cool things that we get to see along the way, which is why I really like flying with the sun. We saw this fire that was going on over, looked like Utah. ATC also gave us a new squawk code, which is one of the ways they identify us. They say it's randomly generated, but come on, 7407? And now I'm gonna go back and sleep. I feel tired. I've been about 14.5 hours going. I'm gonna take a nap for about the next 3.5 hours or so. Then we'll have about 1 more hour until we land, and we'll see how long it takes us to get to the hotel. Time for a nap, no more vlogging. I got woken up about an hour out, and as you can see here, we're getting to dodge some of these thunderstorms as we're trying to get to the airport without visiting Kim Jong-un. Once we landed, we got a race CPS here to the parking area. We got to get off to this little tree.
Well, we finally landed. It's pouring rain just in time to do a walk around. Perfect.
Now we just need to make it through all the custom lines with this nice special crew line in a beautiful city here of Incheon, South Korea. Here's what I can tell you. It's been about 20.5 hours since the original wake-up call, and that doesn't include all the time to get everything done before. At the airlines, you don't count as being on duty until an hour and a half from the time that alert goes off. They have never done this flight before. For me, like 10 hours is good. 16 and a half, just the flight portion ended up being about 16 and a half hours. That's a long time for me. I had a couple of meals. Luckily, I did end up getting a nap after I went back on break. I took a hard 3-hour nap. That was great. It made me be pretty awake for everything that needed to happen, but now I'm 100% ready to take a shower and be done. I look forward to hearing from you. Until then, keep the blue side up.
Okay, that was fun. Let's try this with my mentor.
The new car loses about 10% of its value the minute you drive off the lot. Or more. That's why Farmer's new car replacement pays to replace it with a new one of the same make and model. Get a whole lot of...
A couple of years back, I did a video over on the Mentor Pilot channel where I explained how a passenger could potentially land the Boeing 737, providing that they had instruction from a trained pilot. Well, today we are going to take that to the test and see if that's actually possible. And the passenger who's going to try this is going to be Tom Scott. I want to say a special thank you to the brand new Airline Flight Academy Simulator Center in Dublin, with 6 state-of-the-art flight simulators that provides top-class training services, including B737 and A320 type ratings and industry-leading APS MCC courses.
After I published my first video on how a passenger could land an airliner, I received a lot of questions asking if this would be possible to do if a passenger would try to do it manually, as in with no help from the autopilot. Of course, I answered, no, I don't think that would be possible. But then I thought, let's find out. And that's exactly what we will be doing in the first part of the video. In the second part, I will test if my own preferred technique actually works in real life and how a passenger will react to it. So enjoy.
Okay, I'm in position, seatbelt on. I mean, I guess this is the first cheat, which is that I would never have got through that cockpit door, right?
Absolutely. So we have to do this as a theoretical scenario where you have gotten access to the cockpit in some fashion, but in reality, in an emergency like this, a passenger would never get access through the closed cockpit door. Okay, Tom, are you with me?
Let's go for it.
If you hold on to the steering yoke on your right-hand side, there is a button by the right thumb. Do you find it?
The one that says autopilot disengage.
The very same, yes.
Shall I push it?
When you push it, you're going to have a terrifying siren going off, all right? Telling you that it's just you and me now. And so press it once, and when that siren goes off, press it again to get rid of the siren.
Confirmed, we're on manual.
Okay, put your hands on both thrust levers, and then there's a button on your right thumb. Just press that as well. That will disconnect the auto throttle.
Confirmed, auto throttle disengaged.
Okay, perfect. Now we're going to concentrate more or less on what you see on your primary flight display. That's the screen that is straight in front of you. So what speed are you keeping at the moment?
224.
So I want you to bring back the thrust levers a little bit, like bring them back a little bit and feel what happens to the aircraft when it does so. Feel that it's trying to pitch forward by itself. Can you feel that?
Yes, I can.
Pitch it forward, but not too much, just a couple of degrees. And you see on the horizon, you know, the attitude indicator that you have a cross in front of you. Just bring it down a couple of degrees, but don't let the speed decrease too much, okay? Just keep the speed going around the speed that you have now.
Understood. It's less of a cross and more of a T shape at this point. I appear to be descending quite rapidly. I'm going to pull back a little on the stick.
That's it. Okay, that warning that you just heard is that you're away from your cleared altitude, but we're gonna disregard that. Continue to descend, but not too high rate. Keep the speed where you are. All right, 220, and we're gonna aim at getting you down to about 3,000 feet. Okay. So do you see where the altitude band is?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So as long as you're descending and you're leveling off at 3,000 feet, we're gonna be fine. But make sure that the speed doesn't start to decrease.
Okay, I'm holding the speed at about 198. We are descending.
If the speed is 190, you're too slow. So pitch forward a little bit.
When you say pitch forward, does that mean go down or go up?
That means go down. It means push your yoke away from you. So push it forward, but very little. Remember, it's a big aircraft. So just push it forward a little bit, okay? And on your left-hand thumb, you have a trim switch. That's the one that moves those little wheels next to you. If you feel that you need to use a lot of force when you're flying, you need to move that switch either forward or backwards to get that force away, right? You're trimming out the aircraft, making it easier for you to fly.
Do you mean right thumb?
It might be, yeah, it might be on your right thumb. Actually, you're actually in the first officer seat, so that makes sense. Can you see those? Try them. Move them forward and see if those little wheels move.
Got it.
Okay, so use those. If you feel that the forces are being too much, then use them to either go forward or backward in order to feel better, basically. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. You're going to have to find that out yourself. Now, I see that you're turning quite a lot, so if you turn a little bit right, please, just lights maybe 20 degrees of bank. You see that on your primary flight display.
Confirming, banking right, 20 degrees.
Perfect, that's it. Now, what I would like you to do is add a little bit of thrust and just feel how the aircraft feels different when you do so, all right? So add a bit of thrust and feel how that pushes the nose upwards. That's just to prepare you for what's going to happen later on when we get onto the approach.
I need to find the best way to learn math and science.
Do you feel how that's wanting that the whole aircraft wants to pitch up when you do so?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what you can expect. Anytime that you move the thrust lever, the nose is going to want to do that. So you need to anticipate that and counteract it, okay? So you're going to feel different. The aircraft's going to feel different when we select flaps out now. It's going to want to pitch up. So you need to counteract that by pitching forward, and then you can use those strip switches on your right-hand side to move them forward as well to take away that force, okay?
Okay, should I do that now?
You can take flaps 1 and try it.
Flaps 1, continuing to bank 20 degrees right.
Yeah, you can level the turn off and just continue straight ahead.
Speed is dropping rapidly.
Yeah, so you need to add thrust. Yeah, so keep the speed, this time you can set the speed to about 190 knots, okay?
Speed, okay, hang on, I need to level this out. Speed is 208, had a bit of a panic there, but I think I've leveled it out.
Perfect, all right, so take the thrust off again and continue to descend. We want you down to 4,000 feet.
I have no idea whether I'm going up or down unless I check the instrument display in front of me.
That's the only thing you have, right? You need to look in front of you. At the moment, you are descending again, but very slowly. So you can take a little bit more thrust off, all right? So boom, the thrust levels back, and we're going down to 4,000 feet. That's 1,000 feet to go.
4,800.
Perfect. Now, I want you to turn left, okay? Left, and try to hit a heading of 240 degrees.
240 degrees, got it. Where the hell do I see my heading?
Yeah, so the heading is right below your primary flight display. Right, if you look at that cross you have in front of you, if you go straight below that, you'll see your heading.
Confirmed. Currently reading 360. 359. Whatever.
Okay, perfect. Turn left. It's going to be almost 180 degrees around, right? So turn left onto a heading of 180 degrees initially. We're just going to have to stabilize you before we get in for the approach.
Heading for 180 degrees. Copy.
Correct. What's your speed?
Speed is 228, descending through 4,300 feet.
Okay, so when you're down to 4,000 feet, we're going to bring that speed back to 190 knots. We're taking him out and then in again, so that you get a little bit more training and get to feel the aircraft a little bit, because he's going to need it.
Heading is 242. I am quite happy with how I came out of that turn, if I'm honest with you. I won't be smoked for too long, but I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that's good. But now you're getting a little bit too close to the airport though, so I wanted to continue that left-hand turn to heading of like 150 degrees, okay?
Oh yeah, we were aiming for 180, weren't we? And I stopped at 240. That's me being an idiot. Repeat the heading you want, please.
150 degrees.
Aiming for 150. Have passed 4,000 feet. I'm going to try and stabilize.
That's fine. Actually, if we can get you down to 3,000 feet, it's even better.
Continuing to 3,000 feet, aiming for 180. Speed steady at 223.
Perfect. But once you're down to 3,000 feet, I don't want you to go below that, okay? And I don't want you to go below 190 knots, because that's keeping you alive.
Yeah, I overshot. Stand by.
You're out of the sea, so it's no problem.
Oh, this is very difficult. This is very... I knew it was very difficult.
So I don't want to overload him now either. There's a lot of stuff happening.
And I've only got, like, that was 4,000 to 3,000 feet with almost no attention paid. And if I can go up that fast, I can go down that fast.
You with me, Tom? It looks like you're turning to the right.
Still with you, just flying.
Okay, what's the speed?
Speed 223, altitude 3140. Heading is 190.
This dude is gonna crash.
Perfect. Can you read out? Can you see if it says VOR lock and glide slope in white on your FMA?
Both in green. VOR lock, LNAV, and G/S.
Are they green?
Confirm green. 2,500. 2,500 feet. I'm pulling up.
Okay. Can you just read out what it says on your FMA, please?
Stand by. Flying.
It's getting too close. It's getting too close. How far away is he? He's less than 10 miles away, so this way.
I see the runway. I have visual on the runway dead ahead, but I'm several degrees off.
Yeah, okay, so basically you're way too high, you're way too close to the runway now. So instead of getting you to land from this position, we're going to turn you back out to sea and get you back down again, all right? So what I want you to do is just stabilize yourself at 3,000 feet, and when you can, turn right to a heading of about 020 degrees.
020 degrees, turning right.
Phone charging slowly. This is the fastest.
My man about to crash, I could tell.
90%.
It's lined up now.
Come on. Come on. Come on, right. Start to level out, start to level out, start to level out.
175 knots, that's good. 278 is bang on the center line. Great. Do you see the runway by any chance?
I have nothing but cloud.
That's too bad. Okay, make sure you don't turn too much to the right, okay? You're on a heading of 290 degrees now, so just keep that diamond in the center.
I turned completely the wrong way. That was me being an idiot.
No, just keep that diamond in the center, right? It'll tell you what to do. Do you see, by the way, on the flight director, is that magenta vertical line, is that in the middle?
My man about to crash.
Keep that in the middle. That's going to tell you exactly how to fly. The idea is that you're supposed to be with, you see that white rectangle in the middle? That's you. And if that's in the middle of that cross, then you're bang on, okay? That's what you're looking for.
It's not a cross, it's a T.
Yeah, it's a T now because the glide slope is above you. That should come down.
The diamond is way off to the left. Do I need to steer left or right?
If the diamond is to the left, you need to turn to the left.
Confirm, doing that now.
What about the diamond on the right-hand side? What's that doing?
Still empty.
And still above you?
It's still empty. It's not locked onto anything.
No, but it's still above you.
Yes.
That's fine then. Then you're still below the glide slope, so that's fine. You don't need to start descending yet. Just get yourself stabilized on that localizer.
My man about to crash.
I'm flying purely by instruments. I'm just in cloud.
Yep, that's what we do.
Speed 191, altitude 2660. Diamond off to the right, but correcting.
That's it. Small corrections. Try, once you have it in the center, more or less in the center, try not to correct with more than maybe 10 degrees left or right. Not more than that.
Understood. Turning the wrong way. That's so counterintuitive. I'm turning the wrong way. Oh, hell.
Now the problem is going to be when it gets on the glide, because following both the glide and the localizer simultaneously, it's hard.
I need that instruction again. If the diamond is off to the right, do I turn right or left?
To the right, but you're turning way too much to the right now. Small corrections.
I know it's small corrections. I know it's small corrections. I'm just not making small corrections because I'm panicking because this is...
So you need to turn left now.
Understood. This is extremely convincing. There's so much to keep track of. I have a glide slope diamond.
Try to get yourself back on the localizer, okay? Because I think you're a little bit off to the on the right-hand side, so you might have to turn a bit left. Now, when you hit the...
My man about to crash.
That comes into the middle. Then bring the thrust levels back to about 50%. You'll see on the third screen from your right, there's instrumentation, all right? Engine instrumentation. On the very top of that, there is an N1 indicator. Just put the thrust to about 53%.
Okay, I have visual on the runway.
Okay, what's the diamond on the right-hand side doing?
It is dead level.
Okay, start pitching down. Pitch down to about a little bit minus. You want to descend with about 800 feet per minute.
I'm not on the ILS. I can't see the... I'm several degrees off here.
Okay, but you see the runway. Just point for the runway at this point. If you're visual, point for the runway and keep descending. Now, what we need to do is you need to put the gear down, okay? Put the gear down.
Gear is going down.
Bring the flaps to 15.
Flaps to 15. Repeat what you said about thrust earlier, please.
Yeah, bring the thrust back. And if you look at your engine instrumentation, that's on the third screen on your left. At the very top there, put the N1 value to 53%. And continue to descend.
How'd he put it dead on the 53?
Where the hell's the N1 value?
Don't matter, don't matter. Pitch down. You're too high now. Can you see the runway still?
Yes, I can still see the runway.
Okay, can you see if there's a couple of lights on the left-hand side, white or red?
All white, all white. I know I need two white, two red.
Yeah, so pitch down, take thrust off to idle, okay?
Confirmed. This is not a good angle to be coming into a runway from. This is not good, this is not good, this is not good.
Okay, so how is it looking?
My man about to crash.
Keep descending, okay? And
Two
I think
white
you're
lights, two
leveling,
red
you're
lights. Gonna try and
quite
hold it
aligned
there.
with the runway now. Keep descending, bring the flaps back to 30, please. Keep the thrust at idle and keep descending until you get at least one red. When you do that, start pitching up.
I have two white lights and two red lights. I'm gonna try and hold it there.
That's perfect, that's perfect. So the thrust should come up a little bit now, because if you're taking flaps 40 and you don't have any thrust, it's going to stall. So bring the thrust up to about midway.
Understood. 1,000 feet.
Okay, you have the gear down and the flaps to 30, confirmed?
Confirmed.
Okay, just aim at the very beginning of the runway.
A man about to crash.
Close the thrust levels and keep the altitude, more or less, all right? Let it just sink down on the runway itself. Once you land, you have to use those brakes at the top of your feet, okay? The brakes to stop it, otherwise it will not stop.
Understood.
He's got gear down, he's got flaps to 30, he is 800 feet, he's got the speed of 140, he's bang on the speed actually.
I'm aiming for the taxiway. There's no way I can hit the runway.
Okay, if you have a light, nice, long straight ahead of you, then use that. And just make sure that you set it down on the
I
asphalt.
tell you, this man's about to crash.
Breathe. 200 feet.
My man about to crash.
I'm sorry, man.
Oh, it was so... there was just so many things at the end there. Woo! Oh, thank you for trying.
Well, we got you.
Told you, my man about to crash.
Vicinity, at least.
I was lined up what I think was pretty well for a taxiway. Like I tried to square it up at the end, didn't quite get it, but I had a taxiway in front of me, and then I just tried to brake and flare and everything, and it just hit way too hard.
Yeah, right, yeah. But at least you happen on the airport perimeter, which means that you have emergency services and everything there, which is pretty much the best we could expect from this kind of situation, so well done.
I'll take
My man crash.
So, as you can see, trying to land a Boeing 737 manually with no previous flight training is really, really hard to do. And it turns out that trying to instruct someone to do that via radio is not that easy either, even when they are as relatively calm and technically minded as Tom is. So, let's now see how he does it when I introduce him to our third crew member, the autopilot. I think that you are going to be amazed, but I'll let you judge that for yourself after this short message from my sponsor. I'm so happy to have Manscaped as the sponsor of this video. Manscaped is a really high quality provider of grooming products for men, and they just want to make sure that you're relaxed, take a few deep breaths, and remember that you're not actually alone in the cockpit now. We see the autopilot as our third crew member. That's the way that we pilots view it, okay? That crew member is perfectly capable of flying this aircraft. So what we're going to do from now on is we're going to try to tell that autopilot what to do in order to get you safely down on the ground, okay? Now, the top, if you look below the glare shield, the top panel below the glare shield, it's called a mode control panel, right? It has a lot of windows with numerical figures in them and a lot of buttons. Do you know which panel I'm talking about?
I believe so. That would be directly below the windscreen, the windshield.
Yeah, that's correct. That panel controls the autopilot, okay? You will see on the right-hand side that there is one button that says Charlie, Mike, Delta, and it would be green. Confirm?
Confirm.
Yeah, that's the autopilot button. Do not press that because that disconnects the autopilot and that would be a very bad day.
Understood. Not touching that button.
If you can find the window that says altitude on it, tell me when you've seen it.
I see it. It reads 15,000.
Just below that, there's a knob. Can you turn that knob until the value reads 4,000 feet instead?
Confirm. That now reads 4,000.
Families across Columbus are feeling squeezed. Passing the bond issues on the ballot this fall would be a big step forward. Those measures would provide $200 million to build more affordable housing here in Columbus. Vote yes on the bond issues on November 8th.
When we were a motorized bicycle company, they said, you'll never be more than that. What will they say next? On the power of dreams.
Okay, so the next thing I want you to do is go down below that knob and go a little bit to the left. You'll find a button that says Lima, Victor, Lima, Charlie, Hotel, Golf.
Confirmed.
Yeah, that's what we call level change. When you press that button, the aircraft is going to start descending. That means that the auto throttles will start moving backwards and the aircraft is going to start pitching forward. That's completely normal, so don't be freaked out if that happens.
Okay, should I push that button now?
Yeah, please push that button.
Button pushed.
To the right of that button, there's a button that says Hotel Delta Golf Cell.
Confirmed.
Yeah, can you make sure that the value in that in the window above that button says something like 270 degrees?
It says 309. Also, the wheels next to what I assume is the throttle just started spinning on their own, and the plane is now banking very, very, very heavily to the left.
Yeah, that's because it's following the LNAV track that it has pre-programmed. Don't worry about that. Turn that button until the numerical figure says 270 on it, okay?
270, confirmed.
And now press heading cell.
Done.
Okay, perfect. So is the aircraft now starting to turn the other way?
Yes, we're now turning to the right. We're still descending. We're just passing through 12,400 now.
Yeah, just to give you a little bit of information about what we're doing now, that numerical number that you just put in is a value between 0 and 359. That's the compass rose. So when you have 270 in and you press heading select, it means that the aircraft is now going to fly due west, okay? So the aircraft is now descending down to 4,000 feet, that's what we've told it, and it's now following heading 270, so we're good, right? The aircraft is doing exactly what it's supposed to do, and what we want to figure out now is how much time we have to do this. So in the screen that is second from the left, in the right-hand corner there should be a value of how much fuel in total that you have on board. Can you read that out to me?
Yep, confirmed. Total 3.8.
3.8. Okay, that's perfect. So that's quite a lot of fuel. So we have plenty of time. All right. So time is not an issue.
That's good. That's good.
Okay. From now on, it's going to start to be a little bit more complicated. Okay, because now we have the aircraft under control. So now we're going to try to get it into a position from which it can auto land. So first of all, I want you to get your seat adjusted. There is, if you look down on your seat on the left-hand side, there is a lever with an H on it, hotel. Do you see that lever?
Yes, I've found it.
Okay, if you pull that one, you will be able to move your seat forward and backwards and out to the right. So what I want you to do is I want you to get into a position where you can rest your feet on the pedals easily, okay?
If this is an ejector seat, I'm going to kill him. Yep, okay, I'm in position.
Okay, perfect. And can you confirm that you have your seat belt on as well?
Seatbelt is on.
All right, so what we need to do now is that you're going way too fast, okay? We need to get your speed back in order to make a safe landing. So if you go up to the mode control panel again and you go out to the left side, the second window from the left should read iOS or Mac. Can you tell me again what the number is in that window?
291.
Okay, that means that you're flying 291 knots at the moment. Can you bring that value back to 220 knots?
220, confirmed.
Perfect. So if you look down on your primary flight display again, that's the display that's straight in front of you. It has the speed on the left and the altitude on the left. Sorry, the speed to the left and the altitude on the right. Can you just tell me if the speed is reducing?
No, it's not. There was also just a very loud beep that sounded like a dial tone for about 2 seconds.
Okay, we can disregard that for now. That's because you are about to level off at your altitude.
That's good. Okay. The speed is not decreasing. We're still at 262.
Well, if you're at 262 and you were at 293, then it is reducing.
Oh yeah, I'm just nearly panicking slightly. I kind of forgot this was a simulator for a minute. Okay, good.
Whenever you feel like that, just take a deep breath, right? We can keep doing this for over an hour, right? And you're well clear of any terrain and the aircraft is flying beautifully. So don't worry, just take a deep breath and we're gonna get you through this nicely, okay?
Okay.
So while we have a second now, we're gonna start to try to prepare the radio boxes for a auto land, okay?
Okay, I'm now in full cloud and I'm not sure if that's more or less terrifying than seeing the ground. Okay, yeah, ready.
So if you look to the center pedestal, that's the pedestal that's in between you and the captain's seat, you'll see that there are several radio boxes, okay? Now, on the top right and the top left corner, there are the comm radios, right? Those are the ones that we're using to communicate. But there are two radio boxes that are just below that says something like ILS or GLS on them. Do you see those?
Yeah, confirmed. I've got ILS 111.75 and VOR 114.10.
What I want you to do is I want you to dial in on the numerical pad on first the right one, the following frequency, if you're ready.
Ready.
111.35.
VOR now reads 111.35.
Okay, you see that there are two fixes, or there's two buttons below that says mode on them?
Yep.
Can you just switch one of them? It's supposed to say ILS 11135.
Hyundai Tucson versus Toyota RAV4. Hyundai Tucson wins every time. Now lease a Hyundai Tucson for just $279 a month. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Okay, ILS is now set to 11135.
Okay, can you confirm that that is the one on the top?
No, that's the one on the bottom. The bottom now reads ILS 11135. The top reads ILS 11175.
Okay, so on the left-hand side of that same panel, there is an active and standby button. It looks like two arrows. Push that so that you have the ILS 11135 as active, the top one.
Done.
Perfect. Can you do exactly the same on the opposite nav radio as well? It looks exactly the same.
Confirmed, left one is now ILS 111.35 at the top display, active.
Okay, perfect. Now we're going to turn the aircraft again. So if you go back up to the mode control panel and look at the heading window again, can you turn that knob below that to the left until you get a number of 100 on it?
100 confirmed. The plane immediately started banking heavily to the left.
Yeah, that's exactly what we wanted to do, because what I'm doing now is I'm actually turning you downwind for the landing, okay? We still have plenty of time, and if there's anything that you're wondering about at this stage, please ask me. If you hear any noises or anything like that that feels unnerving, let me know, okay?
The throttle and whatever the wheels are next to it spinning on their own are very unnerving, but I'm going to assume that's a good thing.
Those things that are spinning, those are the trim wheel. Okay, those trim wheels, they are making sure, it's part of the autopilot system, and it's just making sure that the different rudders, in this case the elevator, doesn't have to work too hard. So it's resetting the back part, the back wing actually. So it's completely normal. I
cannot overstate how unnerving it is to be in a motion-based simulator for the first time in my life. It is so convincing. Yeah, no, that's the idea. The two windows that are to the far left and the two right, and far right says course above them. Can you see those? Yeah, course is 222. Okay, perfect. Now I want you to set 278 in both of those windows and confirm, please. $278 in both windows, confirmed. Can you tell me what speed you're keeping at the moment? 219. Below the screens, you can see that there's two things that looks like little computers with numerical pads and stuff on them. Do you see those? Yep, I see them. In between those, you have something called auto brake. Do you see that? Yes, I see it. Perfect. Can you turn that auto brake knob to 3, please? Auto brake is on 3. Good. That is going to arm the braking of the aircraft, okay? So once you're down on the ground, the aircraft is going to brake on its own. The next thing that we want to do is we want to arm the speed brake. Now, do you see the thrust levers? Yes, I do. They are moving slowly forwards and backwards as the autopilot works. I know, this is the beauty of flying Boeings, because Boeings will always tell you what the aircraft is doing. Even when the autopilot is engaged, you can see how the thrust is being changed. But what I want you to do is I want you to look to the left of the thrust levers. There's something called Sierra Papa Delta brake, speed brake there. Do you see it? Yep, I see it. Okay, I want you to lift that straight up and then just move it slightly back. It's just like you're putting it up on a ledge. Can you try to do that? I see a position called armed. I'll move it to that. That's correct. Done. Perfect. Now you're coming abeam the airfield now, which is great. So the next thing that I want you to do is to the right of the thrust levers, there is a flap lever. Do you see that? I see it. I want you to move that flap lever to the 5 position. You have to go through a gate, first 1, and then you can move it to 5. Yep, that caused the trim wheels to spin a lot. Yeah, so what's happening now is that the flaps, you know, those things at the back of the wings, they're now extending. That's causing a lot of drag and a lot of shift in the way that the aircraft needs to fly. So that's why the trims are moving. You know, they're trying to readjust to this new configuration. But this also allows us to reduce the speed. So if you go back up to the speed selector, bring that back to 180 knots. 180. I can actually feel us slowing down in here. I'm going to brief you a little bit about what's going to happen in the final, just so that you don't freak out, because a lot of things is going to happen fairly quickly then, okay? Go for it. The other thing that we need to discuss is after landing, the only thing that this aircraft will not be able to do automatically is to maintain the direction once it's on the ground. You will have to do that using your feet, okay? Okay.
The thing to remember is that you don't need to push almost anything, especially not at high speed. It's just basically a light squeeze left or right if you see that it's deviating from the center line. It probably won't, but if it does, that's all you need to do. And do not, at the top of the pedals, you'll see that there are brakes, right? Don't touch those, because that will disconnect the automatic braking system, and we don't want that to happen.
All right, let's land this.
Perfect. You know what you can do now? You can go up to the altitude window, and you can descend. You can set 3,000 feet in that altitude window. Let me know when you've done that.
Done. I briefly dialed it way too low, but that's fine. We've got 3,000 in there now.
Perfect. Press level change, as in Lima Victor Lima Sierra Hotel Golf again.
Done.
This will cause the aircraft to descend to a lower altitude, which is good.
And that turned off the speed one, so presumably that was another beeping noise and a lot of trim. Is that okay?
Perfectly okay. I can see on the radar now that you're descending, so as long as the autopilot is engaged, this is perfectly fine.
Yeah, confirming we're leveling off and we are at 3,000 feet.
I want you to locate a button called Alpha Papa Papa on the mode control panel. Do you see that?
Got it.
Okay, now I would like you to turn the heading bug, once again the bug below the heading window, in right, as in clockwise, until you have heading 240 degrees in the window.
240 confirmed. There is a lot of ocean out of my right-hand side window.
Yeah, now we're turning you into final, okay? Just tell me when you're almost on to the heading of 240, so when the aircraft is about to level off again.
Will do. There's this little thing in the back of my brain that's telling me.
Grammarly makes communication at work one click simpler. Whether you're looking for a new job or you love the one you have, Grammarly can help you communicate with confidence. Concise writing means fewer miscommunications. Grammarly can help.
I'm in a plane right now. This is extremely convincing.
Okay, you should be almost there, correct?
230, 235, coming into 240 now. I can see the coastline ahead of me.
Perfect. Can you press the approach button now, please?
Pressed.
So now you're closing in on the localizer. So very soon, in half a minute or so, the aircraft is going to capture the localizer and it's going to make a fairly abrupt right-hand turn. Tell me when that happens.
Will do.
Now, on your speed tape, so your primary flight display on the left, can you see a small green values or dot saying 5?
Yep, I see up 1 and 5. It's currently sitting just below 1.
Perfect. If you go up to the speed bug, again, can you move the speed bug back so that the white speed bug that you see on the tape moves so that it sits exactly on top of the 5?
Confirmed. That works out to about 165.
Perfect, exactly. So now that's the minimum maneuver speed for the flap that you're at, so that's perfect.
Confirmed. Abrupt right-hand turn that I didn't notice because I was busy. I've got single Charlie Hotel on my dashboard, and we appear to have just lined up.
Excellent, perfect. So now we are exactly where we want to be. Now, what we're going to do now is we are going to start extending the gear. You see that there's a landing gear, it's shaped like a gear. Can you just move that to down? That's going to start making a lot of noise. That's the gear being extended. Now, the next thing we're going to do is, if you go down to the flap selector, can you move that to 15, please?
Flap selector on 15.
Perfect. Now, if you look at your speed tape again, there should be a 15 bug that just appeared. Confirm?
Confirmed. I move the speed to that?
Yes, do that.
Done. That is 155.
Perfect. So now there's very little left for us to set up before we're allowed to land this thing. So the next thing that I want you to do is tell me when the aircraft goes into glide slope capture. You'll notice that the aircraft is starting to pitch down and the thrust will probably reduce a bit.
I'll let you know. Yep, confirm that we're pitching downwards. Altitude is decreasing.
Perfect, perfect. That's exactly what. Now you're captured on the glide slope and the localizer, so now we're well set up. Now the next thing that you need to do is, if you go up to those autopilot buttons that I talked about, you can see those 4 ones at the top right part of the mode control panel.
Yes, I see it. A/P engage. Also, I have visual on the runway.
Excellent. Now, which one of the CMDs are illuminated?
The top right button, CMD, is illuminated.
Okay, press the other one, the left one, the Alpha.
Both illuminated.
Excellent. That means that we're now set up for the autoland. Okay, so now from this point onward, the aircraft is going to do it by itself. The next thing we want to do is we want to reduce the speed back to landing speed. So if you take the flap selector and bring it all the way back to flap 40.
Flap 40, got it. We just had the 2500 announcement. A lot of trim happening.
Yeah, because it's now it's getting a lot of trim changes now because the flaps are extending to its full position. So that's perfectly normal. Bring the speed back to 145 knots.
Speed set to 145.
145 knots is perfectly fine. Now, just a final check now. Make sure that you have your seat belts on.
Yep, seatbelts on, and I've got visual on the runway with 2 white and 2 red lights on each side.
Excellent. So you're bang in the slots. The aircraft is flying perfectly.
100. Minimums. Flare and minimums were just called.
Yeah, minimums that's called. That's as we briefed before. That's for the previous departure. So that's fine. And you see the runway, so that's not a problem. Remember now that once the aircraft touches down, which it's going to do by itself, once that's happening, then you are the one that's going to control it on the ground with the rudders. So don't do any big adjustments, very small, smooth adjustments on the runway, and just let it come to a complete stop, okay?
1,000. Understood, just passed through 1,000, and I've got the Dublin smokestacks over to the left of me. All right, here goes. Yeah, I have flare on the display in front of me.
Perfect, that means that the aircraft knows that it's going to do an autoland, so that's good news. I just want to tell you, good luck. We're all counting on you.
I mean, we're counting on the autopilot at this point, but I'll take it.
Yeah, you're getting close now, man.
Very close.
For a limited time at any Penn Station location, get a small Philly cheesesteak for just $5.99. Offer valid in-store or online when using promo code PHILLY. Penn Station East Coast Subs. It's all about good taste.
Close. I'm just going to keep my feet resting on the pedals, ready for arrival. We are at 300 feet. Here we go.
Let me know when the aircraft has come to a complete stop.
I feel like I should be holding this, and that's not my job. The computer's doing everything. I just need to just stay back, do not touch anything until we're down. 50. 50 feet. 40, 30. 20. 10. 10. Flaring. There we go. We're good. Little bit to the right.
Oh, let's
a little bit to the right.
Just stop.
A little bit to the right.
Come on, Tom.
The aircraft is at a complete stop. We have landed.
Well done, man. So that's you landing an airliner. That's Boeing 737 down on the ground. Just you, me, and the autopilot. All right. Man, Tom.
Thank you so much.
Welcome to Dublin.
I mean, the computer did everything. It was knowing what to push and having the confidence to know what to push.
Yeah. But you see how well this aircraft does things when you just tell it. I mean, that's what I meant by having a third crew member. But you're here.
We're
You're on the ground, you know?
Hey.
It's exactly what we want on the asphalt. So cool, man. Well done.
Thank
well
you.
done.
Alright, so that wasn't too bad. So what you could tell is... Alright. almost anyone could land an airplane with autopilot, but it's hard as hell to manually land it. Almost anyone could land an airplane with autopilot, but it's hard as hell to manually land it. Almost anyone could land an airplane with autopilot. Alright, so we are currently, take a look at this thing here, about 320 miles. 380 miles, okay. Well, that's 380 miles on the how much distance we have to fly, but from looking at the map, we're about 320 miles away. So our descent isn't until probably another 220 or so. Go to the outside view. We're skimming the top of the clouds. Alright. Let's go back to that arrival, which was the Vitas. Wait a second. Can never find this thing when I need it. There we go. 9 East. Alright. So it starts at Dine-In. See Vitas there, but I don't see Dine-In. Interesting. Are we coming from Dine-In? Oh, we're coming from Vitas. Never mind. So, yeah. So it starts at Vitas. You still have a lot of distance to cover. So we got a company message as well. Alright. Nothing really important there. So for now, I'm just gonna let it cruise. I'm gonna go grab something to eat. I should be right back. Right back. back. But I mean, Alright, I'm back. With a full belly. There we go. Alright, the sun's are rising. We took off 6:05 Polish time. We're supposed to land 8:35 Paris time. Go figure. Look at that. Just beautiful. Take a few screenshots. Oh, the sun is rising still. Let's go in the back. That ain't the seat I want. This is the one I want. I guess that was the one I want. Or maybe. Excuse me, Lord. Oh, let's come back. And out to the left. Sun over the horizon yet? Nope. Let's see. Is there a discount in the flight plan anywhere? Vito 9E. Yeah, there is. Okay. I thought as much. Let's take a look at the weather. I wonder if we're too far to actually pick it up. I'm not seeing any French airports on this list. Everything is German. So let's just use the fly pad. Achieving METAR. The winds are 140 at 1. 6,000 scattered at 600, broken at 900. It's raining. Dew point temperature 16. Okay. Let's refresh that just in case. Alright. So 140 at 0. 16, 10, 25. One 40 at 1. 16. 10, 25. $200 for the ILS into 8 right. You know, I should put a couple of these on. Well, I guess it's not that much of a big deal. You want 8 right. ILS localizer. Oh, wrong button. Alright, so minimums is 537, which is 200 feet above the ground. Okay. Not too bad. Based on the weather that we have, this should be doable on the regular ILS. This scattered at 600, broken at 9. So let's see. Decoded. And we have this is 6 kilometers. That's about 4 miles of visibility. So that broken layer at 9, my guess is anywhere from 900 to 1,000 feet is when we should break out of the clouds. And there was also a few clouds at 200. Few clouds at 200. Which should be interesting. 150 at 4. Alright, so that should make that pretty much effortless. We still have another 20 to 30 minutes of actual flight time. Let's see if the sun is rising some more. And you can't even see it. But I can adjust some of this lighting since we have daylight now. So I'm going to go ahead and kill all this extra panel lighting. Oh. Let's see. Okay. So we'd probably descend in a good 40 or 50 miles. And from looking at the chart, our nav into 8 right. Is there any specific altitude I need to be at beforehand? So we're going to come up here from the... Is that right? I guess we are Lorne 6 East, right? So we're going to come from the north down this 247 course to Buner. That's lost comms. Minimum 11,000. Alright, Lorne. On first contact with the gull approach, pilots must include only and compulsory cleared waypoint, cleared level, indicate airspeed cleared by Paris, or without free speed adopted, and aids information on letter take into account. Okay. Interesting. Interesting nonetheless, but ooh, ooh. We got a little bit time. Maybe we can watch one more quick video. It's a matter of which one. Let's see if we can watch some. Is this the one? I thought I had found some decent airport video or something, but I fear I was wrong. Let's see. Alright, this should be cool.
Bonjour à France 38 Hôtel Roméo, 8 droite en réduction sur 82. Bonjour à France 38 Hôtel Roméo, vous êtes nautique derrière un 330 devant 032 59 08 droite, autorisé atterrissage. Autorisé atterrissage, 8 droite à France 38 Hôtel Roméo.
I do not like the A350 at all. DHL. Ethiopian, another 350, yeah. There's my bird, 330 from Ouagadougou. Air France sends all their 330s to Africa, basically. I know one still goes to St. Martin a day, roughly. So many A350s. I hate them. Alright, let's double check. Alright, it's about time to start descending. So... another 350. Let's see if that's getting on my nerves. I can't stand it. Alright. Let's shut the A350 down. Way too many of them. Alright, so PFD saying decelerate. We can definitely do that. I'm just a little late on pushing the button. Oh. Turn got me off rhythm, but there. So. Alright, so we're descending 353 for, I think ultimately I need to be at 3,000? I did not pay attention to that, but let's look. Our minimums should be fine for a regular ILS for sure. I can't wait to do a Cat 2 or 3 one day. Alright, so 5,000. Excuse me, so let's raise this up. And engage that. So we should intercept the glide slope at 5,000. And that's going to be 14, dang, that 14 miles? Almost 15 miles. Didn't realize it was that far out. It's all good though, we're descending into the clouds. Sun come out of the... Oh, there it is. It was behind us the whole time. No, we made a couple turns. Alright, so... Is there anything else we can do? It's a little early. So I won't turn on my APU or anything yet. We got 9,940 pounds of fuel at the moment. More than enough for us to get to our alternate if we need to do 2 missed approaches. Let's see. I believe there's a way to see on the map. The view map. Okay, it does let me zoom in. Dang, I'm way south from seeing Bordeaux and Toulouse. There. But nah, it's not gonna let me see what I'm looking for specifically. So let's look at the weather at the alternate. 205. Clear and visibility okay. Alright, are we in the clouds yet? Kind of. 240 for 5,000. We're coming up on the ram, so we should be on the arrival chart now. Venus 90, I found that in record-breaking time. Look at me. Alright, so we're going to make a left turn at the ram. 236 to Inori. Alright, so let's see. As it's about to make that left turn, let me try and get an update on that weather. Yep. There we go. 4,000 rain. 4 miles, sorry. Visibility rain. Broken at 900. Scattered at 300. Let's see. We're getting French airports at least. Now, let's see if we can find Paris on the list. Nope. No Paris. $20,000 for 5,000. Alright, coming through 19,000. Well, we can see the ground from here. I mean, we're still 60 miles from Paris, but obviously the weather might be just a little bit more solid there as far as clouds are concerned. But we're prepared. Well, that's pretty over there, that thunderstorm. Hold up. Turning away. There's a couple of them. Damn. Hold on. I think I got radar. I think I got... Is it on? Not on. Maybe I don't got radar. Hold on. Not seeing nothing. I'm a little salty. Oh, there we go. Right. Oh, there we go. Still nothing? Dang. Still nothing. Thing ain't picking up a damn thing. Cycle through modes. Still nothing. Huh. I don't know what's going on with this radar. I would have loved to see some. What am I at? 14? Yeah, not yet for the APU. But I would love to have seen some weather on the dang radar. What if I hit map? Nothing. Whoa. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. Let's put it on system 2. I'm salty about that. Let's check it out from outside one more time. Alright. It was worth a try though. Let's update the weather again. Same shit, alright. Back over to charts. So we're now on the RNAV initial approach to A right. Alright. So heading towards Buner. At Buner we're going to turn right 267 and then stay on that basically until we get, well, we already be a beam, so I guess it's at ATC discretion when to make the turn in. So probably right after Papa Golf 501. Oh no, I'll go out to where the CF is and then we can make the turn there. Should be about 15 miles out. Alright, baby. We're at 12,000. Still doesn't look too bad. I wonder how bad the rain is. Well, it's 4 miles visibility. I mean, that's definitely doable in VFR conditions. We're at 11,000. I'll go ahead and turn on the APU. And we can get the landing lights on. Jesus. Alright, still coming down, slowly but surely. This weather over here, however, does look interesting. It's a little worse than what it looked like back there. For sure, for sure. Wow, we burned through all that time. Jesus. We got 15 minutes. Alright, so we're on the left downwind right now. I'm going to keep the speed up. So we gotta travel 20 miles in this direction. We're at 9,000 or 5,000. It's great because we're dodging all the crazy looking clouds. Alright, so we're almost there. Alright, so let's try this weather thing again. We can try it now that we're a lot closer. Whoa. Alright. Ah, there it is, number 4.
Wind 149er at 4. Visibility 4. Sky condition, ceiling 700 feet broken.
700 feet broken? Interesting. Interesting. Blanket of clouds. I can't wait to get in the rain. Let's see what kind of rain is down there. Okay, so approach is briefed. Basically, we're on this leg now where we extend out. ATC would turn us in a normal situation. Let's go back to the approach. With the ILS 8 right. Okay. 16 miles from DSC. Showing we are to the left of it. Nope. I forgot transition is 5,000 feet. Alright, so we just continue down. Try plan view. Nope. Nav. Couple more miles. That's 5. So we got less than 5 miles before the turn. And when the turn to, or you know what, we never gotta do that. You can just do a direct to CF. Yeah, not final fix. I'm gonna count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Direct. And let's see what that does. Alright, so sending left turn to a left base for runway 8 right. And we got maybe another 10 miles on the base. I think I'm gonna let this be a auto land, or at least to minimums. Although we're gonna break out at about anywhere from 700 to 1,000 feet. But let's see what it's got. Alright. So we're gonna punch through that cloud. Hopefully we get some rain. I really want to see some rain. Alright, another 6-7 miles for a turn. But you see, it's, oh man. Can I see that on this page? Yeah, it does say tilt. Definitely says tilt. Alright, we're in the clouds. Got dark. Okay. Still going pretty fast. I'm gonna go ahead and activate approach mode now. That should slow us to about 210. And then we pick up the ball again and start our descent, as well as a left turn to the final approach fix. Alright, so we still have no glide slope. We have a localizer, but it's not alive yet. We are 17.4 miles and closing. Alright, 5,700, and we have a localizer. Show me the rain, show me the rain. Alright, we have a glide slope. We are actually just a little bit higher than it. Alright, so we're at the final approach fix. I'm going to go ahead and hit the autopilot button. Since we're just a little high and it decided to grab it, I'm going to hit autopilot 2. And crossing through 5,000. Flaps 1, and we can hit that altimeter. It's supposed to be 3027. So that's adjusted. We're 13 miles away. Let's watch this baby slow down as well as stay on the glide path. Alright, landing speed's 131 knots. I have no idea what that sound was. Alright, skimming through the clouds. I need it to slow down. So, let's apply some spoiler. Coming through 3,009 miles. Flaps 2. Alright, let's rearm the spoilers. We can put the gear down. As well as the taxi light on. 2,500. Alright, 2,500. Still have nothing. Flaps full. So remember, 700 to 1,000 feet is when we should be breaking out the clouds. I can kind of see the ground already. So we're 2,000 feet off the ground now, 1,900. We can put auto brakes to medium. Alright, still on the glide slope at 1,700 feet off the ground. And we're at our approach speed. And there goes the power. To try to maintain that speed. Alright. Off to the left you can see the ground, but in front you can't. Alright, 1,200 feet. So 3.5 miles. Still nothing. I think I can see some lights ahead now. So yep, 1,000 feet. Breaking out the clouds. Kinda, sorta. But we have the runway in sight at about 1,000 feet. So that was dead on. Oh, we just had a little skip there. Alright, so I'll disengage at 200 just for the hell of it. There's the rain. I wish it came a little bit sooner. Oh, come on, skippies. The worst time to be doing this. It's morning approach with the fog. At 200, I'll disengage autopilot.
Minimum.
Alright, let's land this thing.
50, 40, 30, 20.
Idle it out.
5.
Woo! Bam. Threw it down. $80 knots. That was butter, 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 butter. Pure spread. Now it's dark again, so we can't see anything. Let's turn on some lights here. Turn that off, turn that off. Can we get this down in time? Probably not. There. Oh, we did. Alright. Flaps are up. TCAS off. Or standby. And disengage the auto spoilers. Or disarming. How much time do we have? Like 2 minutes? None. Let's taxi. Think we're gonna be like 7 minutes late. The 21 knot. What heading are we on? We're heading north. Guess we're taxiing a little fast, but I need to get to that gate. Okay. See if we can pick up that speed a little bit. Turn off all those. Can we at least get 15 out of you? Man, that 11 dropped to 9 really fast. We're doing 16. I said 7 minutes late. Let's see how far along. Oh, we're 3 minutes, so it's not going to take me 4 minutes to taxi. We'll probably beat it by like 2 minutes. So we got 2 left turns, but we got like 2 terminals to pass, and then we can pull into any spot there at the K gates. I just slow down because I wasn't paying attention. These are gates for heavy airplanes. Is it still raining? Yes, it is. I'm just going to leave the power up and the power in. Like 45% in one. That definitely should be enough. Turn off those. Whoa. And we good. Brake set. Masters off. Beacon off. Lights on. Alright, D-board. D-board. Put us on ground power. The gate is connecting. Alright, and there you have it, folks. Air France 1247. And it was a pretty good flight. So I don't know where I'm gonna head to next, but next time I probably will stream my next flight. So until then, I'll catch you on the next turn. Peace.